All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Friday. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed as Bitcoin is getting a pump right now. And we're going to be talking about it and the key levels that we are currently coming up to right now. Got to give a major shout out, first of all, to BLOFIN, right now offering 10% cash back on everything you deposit until October 20th. So we still got 16 days for that. Major shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Got to give a major shout out, first of all, to Zwift. He says we're going to Pump City. Shout out to Splashfire Films. If JC is wearing those gadgets, it means none of this is financial advice. That is true, guys. We are not financial advisors. And when I say we, I really mean me. But it sounds, more cool to say we. Like, I'm not the only one that thinks this stuff. Like, other people agree with me. I'm not. Yeah, I know what I'm saying. So, shout out to everybody in the chat. As usual, guys, if we can get 1,000 likes during the first half hour, we will be giving away 1,000 USDT. Shout out to Radio Gaio. Shout out to Nirvana Replica. Shout out to Drumhop. Shout out to Dave Chair. Shout out to NetOJPS. Shout out to Justin Barker. Once again, shout out to Adam and Benny Crypto. He says, textbook short all effing day. Well, let's wait until we at least take out this high right here that we're coming up to. Unless I guess you're talking about on the 1 minute time frame. Let's check it out. The 1 minute time frame. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know. I don't even know, guys. I'm out of the groove right now with the Bitcoin price action. I'll be honest with you. I am out of the groove with the Bitcoin price. I didn't trade yesterday. I didn't look at the charts at all yesterday. I was waiting for a little bit lower this morning to get into a long trade. Of course, we never came lower. I was waiting actually to come down to below this level. But once we start to reclaim the VWAP, I just got in on the first retracement I could. Because, well, we do have some pretty bullish signals on the higher term timeframes right now. As we are potentially looking for 63,000 and beyond. So make sure to like the stream. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Shout out to J Faradas1. Shout out to Bar Brothers Germany. Yo, the Walking Men is back. That's right, we are back. Shout out to Divine Hood. Shout out to WF Motivation. Shout out to Javier C. Perez. Major shout out to Melchizedek Lockwood. Quick pump and dump to 55.5 to take out the rest of the liquidity. Yeah, maybe, man. Maybe. That's a good thing to be looking out for. All right, let's see if we can hit 62,300. I don't know. It's looking a little bit fishy. A little bit fishy. Uh-oh. Getting a little bit of a dumperoni on the 1 minute. All right, shout out to Design Aspects. Shout out to Investment Time. Shout out to Hasnu Gaming. Shout out to Zafir. He says, let's go. Shout out to Crypto Pump It. Shout out to Caddy McLovin. Shout out to Thaddeus Bluff. He says, yo, burnt beans. All right, Jesmine says, on the dot and Data PhD. Good morning, all. 330 likes. Only 670 more for that $1,000 giveaway. Yeah, guys, we're getting pretty close to the $1,000 giveaway. And, yeah, let's keep a close eye on this chart here. Because, if we start to lose this guy, then I'm going to probably mark it out. People hate when I mark it out, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. All right, so let's talk about this Bitcoin price action. First of all, I do want to start off on the daily time frame because the daily time frame right now is looking like, well, we could get a nice trigger wave printing within the next day or two, specifically depending on how this day closes, right? Now, look at this. The money flow is getting thicker here, and it looks like this VWAP is pointing to the upside. When we come to the 12-hour chart, in 6 hours, we will confirm a green dot on the 12-hour market Cipher B, which could give us a bigger push to the upside to come back and at least retest the support resistance flip that we have here. Now, let us not forget the saga that we have been watching play out between the two Mexican gangsters, El Punto Verde, also known in Inglés as the green dot on market Cipher B on the daily time frame, that we have printing right down here on Monday, September 9th, and El Punto Rojo, also known in Inglés as the red dot that we printed up here last week, Sunday, September 29th. And we understand that when we get these types of dots, that we expect significant follow through for the rest of the week because, well, they are very powerful signals on market Cipher B. Well, let us also not forget the fact that when we look at the macro range, we've got ourselves a very interesting thing going on here. Very, very interesting thing going on, which is this. We have had some value area shift. You guys remember all last week we were looking at $67,000 as being a very, very, very important area. Why? Because used to be 67K was the highest volume node of the entire range that we've been trading since February. But fast forward till today, we can see there's been some shifting of that point of control. Some shifting of that point of control. And now it's coming in at about 63,100-ish. So what does this mean? This means right now that macro resistance is going to be 63,100-ish. All right? 63,100-ish. And so if this green dot confirms, the level we want to most be paying attention to is going to be $63,000. Because this is the highest volume node that we've been trading since February 2024. So for the last half year, this is the key level. Now, if we can get above $63,000, that becomes very bullish for Bitcoin because we've made a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high. Then we've made a higher low, and coming back above where most of the volume has traded here. Well, objectively speaking, guys, this is very, very bullish, and we would expect follow through to the top of the range at around $70,000. Now, $70,000, not only is it the top of the range, but if we pull our fib from high to low, it's also the 786 coming in right around there. And so basically, this could be continuation of a bullish pattern for a move up to $70,000. All right. Now, before we get overly excited here, we really, really need to reclaim that point of control at $63,100-ish because we don't even need to, put any fancy tools on the chart to just see that level, 63K, was support flipped into resistance, flipped into support, flipped into resistance, resistance, consolidation, and then the breakdown, right? The heavy breakdown. Drop B flat, drop G even, I don't know. 7/8 string guitars these days, I don't know. A very intense, heavy breakdown. Once we come above this level, you can see, based on these high time frame indicators, number one, the weekly, still with more room to the upside, all right? We got El Punto Rojo, Freudian slip, we got El Punto Verde printing on the weekly, right here, all right? And there is still room to the upside. We still have 2 days and 7 hours left in this week. If this weekly candle closes above 63,100, that, in my opinion, is going to allow this weekly market Cipher B to give us even more time before we see a flop-roni and it prints another red dot. Plus, we got the daily right now. The way the daily looks right now, in my opinion, is very nice, and I'll tell you why. First of all, we had, right down here, a signal, very bullish, called the uneven butt cheek pattern. All right, you have a very juicy butt cheek on the left version of the uneven butt cheek pattern, where we can consider this the left cheek and then this the right cheek. And actually, if we take a measuring tool here, we can actually even measure the butt crack section. About exactly 31 days of butt crack in between those two areas, right? Another bullish divergence as we made this low. Now, this low was from a very important support resistance flip. This is a long trade that we took in the Casper Crew VIP Discord because it was such a key area of support right down here, right? Such a key area of support. We took this long trade, and then, of course, we came up to none other than the Fibonacci 618 level, right? We pull a fib from the high to the low that we made, and then over here on the 24th of August, we came up to smack into that 618 Fibonacci level, right? Our high school crush, the 6 Juanita, we asked her on a date. She said, Jason, no, I don't like you like that. I only like you like a friend. And she rejected us. And the heartbreak was bad. The pain was bad. But as we came down, we didn't hit rock bottom after the breakup. In fact, we got ourselves together and we decided, you know what? We're going to ask out 6 Juanita again. Now, she rejected us the second time. As you can see here, she rejected us this second time. But the heartache wasn't as bad because in between the first rejection and the second rejection, we had time to make a higher low, work on ourselves. We learned a new instrument. We started going to the gym. We learned a new language. We started reading books. We started to acquire self-confidence. And we did make a higher high here, right? We made a higher high. And so now, if things start to come bullish, the daily is going to give us that green dot as the money flow is getting thicker. Objectively speaking, we are seeing the money flow getting thicker over time on Market Cipher B. We are seeing the momentum waves getting higher over time on Market Cipher B. And now we're about to print a really juicy trigger wave on Market Cipher B, which means if we reclaim this high volume node, the probabilities are that we will come up to hit that $70,000 zone. Now, right now, in the moment, things are actually looking pretty bad. So I'm gonna have to FOMO out a little bit. I'm gonna have to FOMO out just a little bit here. Hang on 1 second, guys. Let's see what we gotta do. Oh man, that's a lot. That's a lot to FOMO out. But you know what? Give me 1 second here. Can I do a limit order stop? I don't even know. I don't know really how to use an exchange. But this is a great segue into me saying this is not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. You know? All right, we'll just take a little. We'll take a little profit out of here right now. All right, there you go. And we'll put 61,841. Give me 1 second, guys, while I flop and grope here. All right, we're flopping and groping. All right. We're going to pull another little fib right here. Man, this is so crazy price action lately, guys, for the past 2 days. Well, I didn't trade yesterday, and today, like I said, Bitcoin's been playing games with my heart. So look, we come above $63,100. There's a really good chance that we make it to our next major zone of resistance right around 70K. And 70K is going to be a big moment of decision, I'd say, because, well, if we're going to connect the absolute tops of this, it's going to line up pretty much right with this trend line here. And then, you know, either we reject and continue, or we break out and see a new all-time high for Bitcoin as we lead into, well, election time and all this other crazy stuff going on in the world right now. If we take a look at S&P 500, look at this, guys. Would you look at this? S&P coming back down basically to back test that all-time high and getting a little bounce. Isn't that pretty crazy? So far, S&P acting pretty bullish. Take a look at the gold, and the gold holding well above 2,600. And, you know, these are pretty bullish for assets like crypto, like Ethereum, and other stuff like that. All right, let's see, man. We're taking a dump. So, yeah, really, guys, here's the deal right now with the Bitcoin on the loc, which means locally here. Yeah, so basically, guys, like I was hoping for lower this morning. I was really hoping we were going to come and take out this low right here, because if we look at all the volume that traded right here earlier this morning, I was looking for this value area low of the range right here to get into a long trade. I was looking for a nice rounded bottom, something like this, right? Well, what ended up happening was we pumped right from Mr. Faiz's level, aka the POC of the range here, right? And basically, I had to just make a decision where I'm like, all right, this is a very bullish move above the VWAP. As soon as we got a little retracement and started to bounce, I said, "Welp, it's now or never, baby." So I FOMO'd into a long trade, and now here we are above the weekly VWAP. And again, we have some very interesting levels here, because if we turn off all our VWAPs and stuff like that, Well, what we can see is, first of all, we have the liquidity from a few days ago. This was Wednesday. So you guys saw me in the long trade from here, right? Wednesday morning in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. I gave the setup from right here because, well, we were bouncing from the 786. We came here, made a top, came back down. Eventually, obviously, we took the lows again and got to move back to the upside. So now we have the liquidity at 62,369. But look at this, guys, and this is something that I think we should be paying attention to for the next potential rejection. We have a lot of liquidity above these highs as well, and liquidity is simply just where are the stop losses, right? If you got to consider people who are shorting this whole grind to the downside that we got here back earlier this week, right? October 1st, October 2nd, the 1st and the 2nd. People have their stop losses above these highs, which means once we start to come into this zone, we can absolutely get a squeeze, right? Get a nice squeeze. In fact, I don't even think we took out this first high on the first move to the upside. Once we get a squeeze, we're going to be coming smack dab into this zone, once again, 63.1-ish, where we have all this volume, the high volume node. We have the support resistance flip. We have single prints being filled around this area as well. So it's a very, very key area of resistance. So even on the lower time frames right now, the lower time frame resistance is also macro time frame resistance, which just goes to show how important it is right now if we want to see higher Bitcoin prices that we break out of 63.1. And if we can't do that, I will be looking for price to come lower, potentially. Like, let's say we do reject from 63.1, then I would actually be looking for the price to come back down to the Fibonacci golden pocket-ish zone or the 786 zone. And the reason for that is because, let's say, like, we're just looking at this as macro levels, right? 63.1 is a very, very key level. If we take a look at the more local range right here, look at this, right? We take a look at the more local range. If we reject from the POC of the macro range, it's also the value area high of the local range, which means we're getting a bearish backtest on multiple time frames, and then we would actually expect to move back down into the zone between the golden pocket and the 786, where we could either look for a bounce, or let's say, you know, we get a bounce and then we just backtest resistance and continue on down, right? So this is one possibility. These are the key levels that we need to look for. And honestly, guys, that is what's most important here as we are looking at the price action, is where are those key levels coming in? Because although we can say, yeah, it could do this, it could do that, you know, it could do anything. But what's important for us as traders? We need to know that this is an important level. If we're looking for a short, this is the place where we look. If we're looking for a short, this is a place where we look. If we're looking for a long, this is a place where we look. This is a place where we look. That way, no matter what happens right now, no matter what the price does, there's 4 potential trades we could take here. We don't have to FOMO and chase price. We can say, okay, if price comes down to one of these zones and I see a criteria to get into a trade, then I have a trade. Other than that, I don't have to be worried about it. I don't have to be frantic, right? And even taking low time frame trades, there are certain things you could look for before looking for a low time frame entry. Let's say you're looking for a long trade. You're like, I don't want to take a long trade unless I see some kind of sign of strength. Let's say you're going to be bullish if you see a bounce from the golden pocket, right? You see a bounce, but then you wait. You wait until you get some kind of a retest. And on the retest, then you're like, all right, let's say we do something bullish here. We have some bullish CVD or something, right? You're now looking for a long trade. You're now biased for that trade because we came to one of your levels. And then whatever criteria you have set for yourself to get into that trade, that is what you're going to be following. All right, so Bitcoin right now is coming down, just front running this high here. In fact, on BLOFIN right now, we are not even taking that high. Let's check out. Yeah, we didn't even take that high on ByBit either, guys. So very interesting stuff. Let's check out order flow and see how she's looking here. All right, let's check out order flow and see how she's looking here. All right. Well, look at this, man. It's very interesting to me that throughout the entirety of this move to the upside, we saw a lot of shorts open here, actually. Wow, that's quite interesting. We saw a lot of shorts opening here. A little bit of bullish CVD, a little bit, nothing too crazy. We don't really see any bearish CVD. All right, let's take a look at market Cipher. Now again, top-down analysis here. I'd say this, the daily time frame to me looks bullish, the 12-hour looks bullish. We confirmed this green dot in the 12-hour, and I'll be looking for more upside, guys. Even in the event of a pullback, confirmation of a 12-hour green dot, I will be looking for some more upside. The 4-hour, let's see how she looks. She looks like we are slowing down. What the heck, man? All right, there we go. The 4-hour, okay, so this is where things get quite interesting. On the 4-hour, technically speaking, we do have a bullish divergence as the price was coming down here. We saw the momentum waves getting higher, giving us the pig nipple divergence pattern. All right, so go to Google Images, search for pig nipples, and let's see. Here we go. Yes, this is it, guys. All right, we saw the pig nipple bullish div pattern right down here. It's like one momentum wave, but there's 3 little pig nips right down here where the little piglets come and drink all the milk with the colostrum and all that kind of stuff, right? That's exactly what we got here. Then we come down to the 1-hour time frame, and I do have to say, man, it looks pretty good. We are seeing the momentum waves and the money flow getting higher as the price is making that low. So it looks like a bottom is in here, right? We got the low time frame divs, we got the high time frame trigger waves. Man, especially if we confirm that 12-hour dot, I'm going to be biased for more upside. And you know what? I might even I need some kind of confirmation, but here's the deal. If we're closing daily candles above 63,100, then I'm going to pull the trigger and I'm going to add more to my swing long that I'm in on MEXC. By the way, MEXC, the best deal on fees in the world. MEXC, is it MEC or MEX? I don't know. Is it a Mexican exchange? I don't know. 0% limit order fees, 0.01% taker order fees if you hold 1,000 of their token. And if you don't hold their token, it's still fees that are juicy as this picture of me in front of a tractor that I rented because my tractor doesn't have a backhoe. And also, if you trade on MEXC, you will have very large upper body and very skinny legs because MEXC does not allow you to squat in the squat rack. You're only allowed to curl in the squat rack. And so the calves look like pencil points. Yeah, it's a sad story, but it's worth it because of the low fees, right? The low fees make it worth it, guys, all right? If you were wondering, it's true that the low fees absolutely make it worth it. Shout out to everybody in the chat. God bless you all. Shout out to Ixstan. Shout out to Crypto Billy 111. Shout out to Daniel B, my brother in Christ. Shout out to Crypto Owl 72K incoming. Justin Barker says leg dat, do not skip. Look, it's okay to skip leg dat. It's okay to skip leg dat. Just make sure that you're a YouTuber that only shows the upper torso, right? As long as we only show the upper torso, that's all that really matters, you know? The lower torso, the lower body, as long as you don't show it on camera, it does not matter, right? Huge shout out to Eric. He says MEXC is the best. Shout out to Jay's World. Fame News. Shout out to Joe Custer. I like me some Neeps. Shout out to Will M. Bro walks all stream and has no legs. Well, look, maybe that picture is a little bit not the most accurate. Okay, maybe I have some legs. Look, guys. Look, I'm a tall guy, 6'3". All right. I got some strong legs, but it's hard for them to get big, all right? I'll just be honest with you guys. You know, I love to squat. It's one of my favorite exercises. There's nothing I love more than squatting to the point where I almost vomit because I just love to push myself to the extreme, you know? And the legs, man, I'm telling you, they get so dang sore. You know, and the calories are high, you know? But I've just never been able to pack on those pounds on the legs, all right? But imagine if I didn't even work my legs. Then I'd really be straight up Johnny Bravo. Because I was born with massive biceps, guys. Just fresh out the womb. My mom pushing me out. It wasn't the head that was the problem when my mom was giving birth to me. It was the arms. It was the arms. Shout out to Tony English. Can you show the computer and workspace you use? Yeah, man, I'll take a picture of it right now. I'll show you guys exactly what I'm looking at right now. All right, let's take a quick look right now at what I'm dealing with here. All right. Let's take a quick look. You know, very curious about the workspace. Can't say key without K, so why not just say K? I don't know what you're talking about, Eric. How many screens? Oh man, I have the most complex trading setup, the most high tech, so many different monitors, and the most professional looking desk in the world. Let's see if we can't man, when you guys see it, I'm telling you, jaws are gonna drop, baby. Draws are gonna drop. Not draws. Did I say draws? I meant jaws. All right, sorry. There we go. Well, there you go. There you guys have it. All right, one laptop, one microphone, one pirate hat, one Pikachu hat, a bag of Depends, and a plunger. All right. And a treadmill. And a Market Cipher backpack off to the side. That's it, man. That's it. All right. Now, you can see here, the sweat drops from my arm as I'm using the mouse with my wrist leaned up here on this wooden ledge. The sweat from my arm drips off, and something else, I've actually developed a callus on my wrist from leaving my wrist resting on that wooden ledge. All right, that's the setup, man. A small price to pay for having skinny legs. All right, how's our Bitcoin price action? Oof, dumping, and we're about to hit another stop loss here. About to hit another stop, which is actually a support resistance flip. If we start to bounce, I'm gonna add back in here, but. Look, I can't lose money on this. All right. What's up with the diapers, Round Earth? Come on, man, you don't know? Look, here's what's up with the diapers. All right, people always ask me, Jason, is the price gonna pump or is it gonna dump? And my answer is always the same, guys. It depends. Look, we can't know what the price is gonna do, but what's most important for us is that we have our key levels marked out on the chart. That we know, you know, it depends. Whatever price does, we have a plan. If we pump up to 63.1, we have a plan. If we dump down to 57.7, we have a plan. Now, here's something else. You don't ever want to get liquidated, right? And these depends will prevent liquidation because of maximum absorbency. Now, here's another thing about the depends. You guys know, if you're a trader, the move only happens when you go to P. You could be sitting here for days. Price doesn't do a dang thing, right? Price won't do a dang thing for days. But as soon as you get up to take a P, price comes right to your level and gets to move without you, right? And so why would you want to miss time on the chart when you could be wearing depends, maximum absorbency, you know? Plus, this is not just any old depends here. This is called fresh protection, man. I don't know if you guys can read it. Fresh protection. All right, we're keeping it fresh. All right, plus here's another thing that the depends do. All right, besides providing fresh protection, you can even take some of the depends. All right, you can take some of the depends out like this and just rip off the little piece, right? And put the little piece inside of your pipe and then smoke the depends, right? Take some of the depends, put it in your pipe. Now, they can be a little harsh. They can be a little harsh. And I'll tell you why it's harsh. People come to these markets and they want to predict, what is the Bitcoin price going to do? I want a prediction. The harsh reality is, guys, no one knows for sure. It just depends. So we have to shift our mindset. All right? Take a hit of the fresh reality, the fresh protection, that no matter what the price does, you have a plan at your key level. All right? So I hope that makes sense, my friend, who asked why we have the depends. Now Bitcoin's getting a bounce, baby. All right? Now price is getting a bounce. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see if this candle turns blue. Let's check out market Cipher B. Let's go to the 1 minute. Let's see how she's looking on the one. How's she looking on the one? Loads of fun. Oof, not the best, but hey, I'll tell you, we didn't look the best down here either when we got that first bounce. So sheesh. I really, really want to see some of these levels hit, guys. I want to see this next area of resistance tapped. At least 62,369, and then at least 63.1, and an ideal weekly close is going to be coming up above that 63,100 level and getting the weekly close. That is going to be the juice right there. All right, that is going to be the juice. We're building up some bear divs here, so if we spend a little time and we get another push up, and we're seeing the money flow coming out, and the momentum waves getting lower like this, that could be a nice thing to short. Or we don't see that at all, and we just keep pumping, all right? And here we go, getting a little bit of a bounce. So where are we bouncing from? Let's go ahead and pull out our fib again. We're going to pull it from that last low we got after breaking out the VWAP to the high. Let's see here. Okay, so we didn't even hit the golden pocket yet. We didn't even hit the golden pocket yet. All right. Can we bust a rap for Rudy and Echo? Rudy and Echo? Yeah, we could give it a shot for Rudy and Echo at Michigan. In Michigan. A hunting camp? You're at a hunting camp in Michigan? A hunting camp in Michigan? All right. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can rap today. But we'll have to give it a shot. All right. We'll have to give it a shot. Make sure to like the stream. I guess we already missed our opportunity for the giveaway. Did I see the massive scam wick on CME? No, let's check out the massive scam wick. Oh, wow. That's nuts, bro. Wow, so CME took that high at 8:30 in the morning. Man, so right that pre-market open, the CME took that high and made a higher low. That's super, super interesting. That's super, super interesting. All right. I did not see that. Thank you, Preparing for War. All right, shout out to El Punto Verde. He wants to look at El Wolf. All right, we got to look at El Wolf for El Punto Verde. On MEXC. All right, shout out to El Punto Verde. He's been asking for years. He's been asking for years. All right, well, I mean, let's see. So the daily looks nice. Like once we get a trigger wave, it could really give us a move to the upside. Check out our 12-hour. The 12-hour looks nice. I mean, assuming that this is a pullback in an uptrend, So we're front running the actual level we would want to see here. Let's pull a fib here. No, we're at the golden pocket. Yeah, so I would say this looks pretty nice on the 12-hour. Money flow looks really nice here. No divs at that first high. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, but you know, as long as we don't lose the value area high, I don't know what L Wolf is, man. I don't know. But let's say we come back to the high. It's not the worst. That's not the worst risk to reward. It's not the worst. It's not the best. It's not the worst. Let's say this is a breakout of like a massive bump and run. All right, let's say this is a massive bump and run breakout. Well, then we look for a higher high to come in. Let's turn it off log scale for a second. I do have to say, when we take it off log scale, this looks actually pretty dang bullish. Just the way we had this squeeze here, this falling wedge that's broken out. So we've gotten a breakout. We're coming down to the golden pocket. Let's pull it down from that actual low. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a bottom is coming soon here. I'm not gonna lie, because the 12-hour looks nice. The daily looks like she wants to start really pointing up. You know? The only thing I can say here is we had a bullish pattern that kind of broke out. And so now we would want to wait for a retest. Retest could already be here at the golden pocket. But I would say the value area high is where I would really want to not lose, right? The value area high around 38,775, you know? All right, looks like we're having the strugs. Looks like Bitcoin is having the strugs right now. I hope we're not going to make another lower high here on Bitcoin. All right, shout out to our super chats in the house. All right, we got a few super chats that I have to shout out. Thank you so much, guys, for all the super chats. First of all, a major shout out to Crypto Billy. He says, giving back to one of the biggest givers in our space. Much love and respect, bro. Thank you for all you do. Thank you so much, Crypto Billy. Shout out to you, bro. And you're one of the most awesome people in the space as well, my friend. Everyone go check out Billy Goat Tales on Twitter, or X, I guess. Every Tuesday at 9. Some of the juiciest content out there, honestly. We're just people come on talking about bettering yourself in multiple ways, all right? I always try and make them when I can. Shout out to Nirvana Replica, who says, stop spamming. Trader Boy says, robots everywhere. Landon Maximus says, Bitcoin Pump Song. Jason Casper, Triple OG SoundCloud. Sir, big fan of your singing, says Foz. Well, thank you guys so much for all the super chats. I really appreciate it. God bless each and every one of you. And I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. All right, so Scatter Matter is short. All right, bullish on Parade. Shout out to you. Molt Revlogs, shout out to you. So we got a lot of bots in the chat, apparently. Shout out to Brett PG. Shout out to Jay Schlongen. Will I be updating the lyrics to the pump song after 100K? We'll have to wait and see. All right. Liquidity is more to the downside, says HFG. Billy Jiden went short. All right, interesting. Interesting. All right, interesting. All right. Let's take a look at Popcat. Let's take a quick look at Popcat. Wow. All I got to say is, wow, look at that pump. Look at that pump on Popcat, man. It's crazy. That's nuts, man. Looks like Popcat is breaking out once again. And we never even took the lows, right? We never even took the lows. We just held support, held support. Let's zoom in here on MEXC. Wow, so on MEXC, we did take one of these lows right here. Let's check it out. Just by a little bit. Oh, I'm sorry, this is Binance. Yeah, by a little bit, we took that low. Just a slight liquidity grab and then pump like crazy, man. All right, let's check it out on MEXC again. Same deal on MEXC. We took that low by a hair. So that seems to be a pattern here on Popcat. Look at these bottoms on Popcat. Seems to be the pattern right now where when you take out that first low by a little bit, that's where the pump comes in, right? Take out that first little low by a little bit. That's where the big pump comes in. So we had that there. We had that here. And then we had that again right here. And technically, we had it here too, where we took out these lows by a little bit and then pumped. So I would be watching Popcat to come take out the lows by a little bit, because that seems to be the place to get in on Popcat, the cat that keeps popping. All right, those liquidity grabs, those CDWs, those chickens drinking water. You know, you got the chickens drinking water. All right, huge shout out to Archie TV, who says, I've learned so much from you, from yo ass. Thank you, Jason Caspa. We gonna dump now, we gonna pump. Cool, well, I never thought my glutes would be able to teach people, especially since I skipped leg day. But hey, it just goes to show you that's not the size that matters, but it's what you do with it, all right? Blah blah says, next resistance on Popcat, please, when to take profit. Let's take a look. Well, we're in straight up price discovery, man. So, honestly, like, let me just put it back on Binance, which has more data. Oh man. So I'll be honest, this looks pretty dang bullish because we came to resistance and we simply just consolidated and now we're breaking out. The daily green dot money flow coming up. So the only thing we can really do right now is use trend-based fib extensions to kind of assess where the next big move up is going to be. Let's check out this. All right, so we're above our one-to-one extension. So our next major target is going to be the 1.272. And then the 1.618. And then the 2-to-2 extension. Let's see if we have any other kind of confluences here. And if you're in profit, you always got to lock in profit, guys. Please. I mean, the only other little thing we got here would be this. Yeah, I mean, we already hit that one-to-one. So yeah, I would say these would be the next targets. You know, $1.27, $1.55, $1.85. If this is really going to be a break. And honestly, let's do a little bit of CFTM analysis here. Do a little CFTM analysis. Let's just see where this would pump us up to. Yeah, I mean, right around these areas, $1.50. Now, again, I don't know anything about Popcat. I don't know, is it bullish, is it bearish? I don't know. Just going based on our daily, even based on our 4-hour here. Now, let's say we don't hit these levels. Let's say we get a little bit of a pullback. Where would I be looking now for a local entry on this? Well, let's take a look at this last range that we traded here, because if we do get a pullback before we hit those levels, that could be our ticket in. Let's go ahead and pull some local stuff. Let's say, just for example's sake, that we do get a bit of a pullback right here. In this case, in a very bullish scenario, we get a bit of a pullback here. We would look to retest these previous highs because it's the value area high, it's the local golden pocket, it's the local 786, and it's just the support resistance flip that we see with our eyes. So we get a pullback to here, you know, retesting of $1, something like that, you know. We'll have to wait and see, but yeah, that would be an area I would be interested in right now if we get a pullback at the moment. As far as targets go, our next fib target would be up here. Bitcoin is coming down. Oh no. Yeah, Bitcoin is coming down. Bitcoin is coming down. Alright, alright, alright. Not to fear. Not to fear. We got our depends on. Alright. We're schlong and we're strong, baby. So if Bitcoin does come down again, honestly, I would be really surprised if this is the top, but I've been super surprised about Bitcoin recently. What do I think about NPC? I never heard of it, but it sounds interesting. What I think about Trader Geo's version of the pump song? I like it. I mean, look, I think Trader Geo and me are gonna make a. Me and him are going to make a collaboration on the pump song together in studio. We're gonna make an in studio pump song. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, y'all. I would really be watching to see what happens over this weekend, guys. This weekend is gonna be super important for Bitcoin. If we close that weekly candle above 63.1, that's, in my opinion, very strong. If we fail to do so, in my opinion, weak, if you know what I'm saying. All right, should we try and pump the Bitcoin? NPC, let's check out NPC. I like this non-playable coin. Let's check it out. NPC. I like the name. Is this a bull flag? I'll be honest, it does look like a bull flag. Money flow getting thick. Change of structure. Bouncing from 382. Support resistance flip. You want to see the bounce from the 382 for a bull flag. Unfortunately, we had some bearish div up there. Let's pull the range. So I would say, you know, right now, this is looking pretty nice for a bottom. If this is a bull flag, because we're bouncing from the 382. We got our range value area high just below on that 786. We have a really nice change of market structure here. So NPC looking pretty bullish as long as we're holding above 2.4 cents. It's looking pretty nice. We got a little range going on here right now. We would want to see I basically I wouldn't want to see the value area high lost. Let's go ahead and look for some other supports, because I do see some other nice levels of interest here. No. Nah. All right. The only other area of interest I would say would be right around this zone right here, where we have these lows right here. This low, I guess, into the golden pocket. We've got like a support resistance split, but really, I would want to hold on NPC. I would want to hold this box. And if we don't hold the box, then, well, essentially, this is a macro range, right? So the whole premise right now is that we're breaking out of this big range here. And so if we're not going to hold the top of the box, well, we need to then be ready for a larger move back down to the bottom of, toward the bottom of the range. Which, let's see, where would the actual value area low be? Let's see, where value area low be? Yeah, all the way back down toward the bottom of the range here. So if we're not going to hold the top, we need to expect to move back to the bottom. You know? Is it going to be a rug pull, says Live Wild? It could be a rug pull, you know? I don't buy these types of coins. You know? All right, let's check out XO for Bitcoin. Someone says bearish CVD on the 15-minute. I can see that, but I think in order to see it more clearly, we need to go to a much lower time frame here. Yeah, a little bit of bearish CVD right here. Super local. Come on, Bitcoin, come on. Let's see what happens. All right, shout out to Bernie. Alex Y says, check Sui. All right, let's give Sui a check. We've been looking at Sui for a while up in here. All right, so Sui, we have seen the price come down to these lows. Hang on, we've been looking at this for so long. We've been looking at these lows here for Sui, saying potential liquidity grab from these lows, but if that happens, then this is the first time we've actually made a lower low, and this stair-step pattern becomes invalidated. So then we do need to be prepared for basically a back test bearishly. All right, so for Sui, resistance right now is going to be right around, let's actually pull this a little bit closer. Let's just see what we got. Yeah, this is going to be our resistance on Sui, and this is the first anomaly we've seen here, guys. Like, this is the first time we've actually seen lower lows come in. So let's go ahead and pull a fib from the low to the high. I mean, oh wow, I didn't mean to click that, sorry. So in an extremely bearish move down, guys, we would be basically coming back down to test the top of this old range here at the green line, right? In an extremely bearish scenario. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you have to think that this move to the upside so far, this kind of ascending channel, broadening ascending channel, for the first time now, we've broken it, right? So this is the first time we've kind of lost the structure of this thing. And so if we're going to reject from resistance, this is head and shoulders. We could come down to, let's see, what would the target of our head and shoulders be? I know I'm not drawing it properly, but you guys understand. Well, maybe you don't understand, but I'm just curious for myself right now. Yeah, it would be right at the golden pocket, guys. So basically what I'm seeing here is, for the first time, we've seen something different, which is we're not making higher highs and higher lows. We have the potential of this head and shoulders right here, with our target being right back down here. That is a nice potential place to look for a long. The only other opportunity I would say to look for a long on this would be, well, the opportunity is kind of already passed, in the sense that we took these lows and we got the reclaim, right? So this was the long we were looking for last week, or this week. I'm sorry, it feels like a weekend for me. Yesterday was a holiday, so for me, this feels like a Sunday to me. So let's see. This was an opportunity that we already had, so I next would be interested to see what happens here. If we can't make the higher high, I would expect a breakdown of this, and obviously we could get fake outs along the way, like take this low and then bounce, take this low and then bounce, take this low and then bounce, but ideally this would be our final target for Sui. In that case, then I would say we could do this and eventually take the highs, right? It's just a really nice support resistance flip. I mean, this level was our support going all the way back to, wow, I mean, technically when this thing first listed, we kind of consolidated here, then it was our support, resistance, resistance. So this level right here is very important. That would be a major target if we do get another move to the downside. And if we're going to keep pumping, we obviously need to have our targets being the all-time high. Alright, Bitcoin taking a dump like a crazy lady. What country am I from? I am from Palau. Unless you're talking to somebody else. Crazy Waffle says, I think Bitcoin is going to go back under 59K, even lower. Usually when you get incremental drops with the little recoveries, it likes to crash. Well, let's see what happens, man. I mean, let's see what happens. If we come up to the $63,100 zone and reject, then that makes it more likely. That makes it more likely. Any preaching today? Always like to preach a little bit. You know? But, Mihai says, hello, brother. Mind checking Saga. Thank you. Sure, let's check Saga. Money flow thick on the daily. Check out the weekly. Check out the 12-hour. 12-hour looks like it's about to print a trigger wave. So I have to say, locally, we have just taken the lows right here. And we've got the candle close back above. It looks pretty nice. Locally. Let's just look at the local range. We have some bull div on the 1 hour. Money flow not looking the best, but still bull div. And 24 minute. Looking okay. Let's look at our volume. Yeah, I mean, we definitely got CDW of the low. For me personally, this is, let's assume like we're shooting for the top of the range right now. For me personally, coming back up to around the highs, this is not worth it for me as a trade. Even if we were to come up to the highs, it's still not worth it to me as a trade right now. But I recognize the possibilities of us coming now to the top of the range. Again, right? We took the high, we took the low. So now we come back to the highs, potentially even break out. But for me as a risk reward, I'm not the biggest fan. I would rather wait for some kind of entry. So let's pull a fib from high to low. So we have a really nice fib confluence at the value area high of the range. So let's say we do something like this. Then I would want to look for something like this, where we have our golden pocket coming in toward that value area low, right? Because then this would give us the opportunity to get into a long with a much nicer risk reward ratio. All right, a 5-to-1 instead of a 1-to-1, just by being patient for a better setup. But we're not guaranteed a better setup, but for me, 1-to-1s are not trades I like to take. So I would rather wait for a move to the upside, retracement back down to the higher low, wherever that golden pocket comes in, golden pocket 786, and then basically look for this type of idea, right? If I was looking to long it. Money flow looks good. Let's go ahead and pull a trend line here. Okay, so if we don't get that bounce, then I would be looking for a retest of the trend line, because that's also the macro golden pocket right now. So second area I would be looking would be down here for a potential long. I don't know anything about Saga, all right? But yeah, I mean, it's the value area high, it's the golden pocket 786 zone. I mean, this would be the second zone to be looking for. All right, Bitcoin taking a poo. What's she gonna do as Bitcoin takes a poo? Can we take a look at Hex on Pulse Chain? All right, shout out to Crypto Incognito. I don't even know how to look at it on Pulse Chain. What? How do I do that, Crypto Incognito? You're gonna have to help me out, because here we go. Is that wrapped? Is it wrapped on Pulse Chain? Is this it, Crypto Incognito? All right. This is it. Wow, looks pretty bullish. That's nuts. I remember, I think I did buy some Hex on spot. I think I bought it. I don't remember when I bought it. But it wasn't the bottom. And I don't even know if this is the same chart. Alright, so let's pull fib. Let's pull volume. So we're coming up to the next resistance, which is here, but I mean, obviously this is super dang bullish. We just broke out again of another bull flag. So the target of that bull flag is going to be around that golden pocket. At around 0.01957 to 0.02. And if we hold above that, I mean, I don't know. Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit, apparently. Let's check out the weekly. Man, weekly has a nice bullish divergence. I mean, that looked like a really nice bottom. Unfortunately, that was 4 weeks too late. The daily money flow looks really nice. The momentum's really high. Usually takes a long time to slow down after that. 4-hour momentum and money flow coming higher. Looks pretty nice. So, we've already broken out of this. So, I don't know. If we come back for a retest, maybe. Could be nice. Wow, look at that thing. Obviously, it's pretty low liquidity. But yeah, right now, I mean, super local degen would just be a nice retest of this up to this area. But other than that, next target seems to be that golden pocket zone at 2 cents. But a retest of 1.5 cents could be a nice local support right now. All right, Bitcoin pumping, baby. Let's see what we got, Bitcoin. Let's see what we got. Let's check out the order flow here. Go to the 5-minute chart. Honestly, nothing too crazy. Pretty normal stuff. Let's see, Bitcoin. Come on. We made a higher low. A higher low here locally. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on. Let's see what we got. Shout out to iWatched. Shout out to Knockstars TV. Alright, Knockstars TV is in profit. Sing a song. What song can I sing? I'm just tired today. I don't know if I have a song in me. Add to the position. I was thinking of adding to the position. But, yeah, why not? I'll add to the position. Let's see. How much are we going to add? 100,000? 100,000 to the position? We haven't even changed market structure yet. That's a little premature, I think. Let's wait until we make a higher high. Or at least, well, CGW up here. Alright, what the heck, man? Boom. Alright, we'll add to the position. That was the stupidest thing I've ever done, guys. Alright? So dumb. Don't try it at home. Add to the short position? Nah. I cannot add to my short position. I cannot add to my short. I'm so sorry. I can't. I gotta keep that baby open. Alright, my swing trades I'm not gonna add to. Alright, I'm gonna swing long. I'm gonna swing short. Swing long. Swing short. I am not adding to these positions. My scalping accounts, you know, what the heck. I'll add a little bit here. I'll add a little bit, 100,000 here and there. Trade based on YouTube chat instructions. Pretty sure Tom Crown tried that for a while. It didn't really help his views, so he stopped doing it. So maybe I'll give it a shot, but if it didn't help him, it probably won't help me either. You know? Uh-oh. Add to short, not long. Oh no! Well, it is what it is, guys, alright? It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see here. Alright, I've already made 3K on the trade. I'm up 1,400. You know, worst case scenario, I get stopped out for a little bit less than 3K. I'll take it for a Friday. I'll take it for a Friday. When you swing short, it hurts your knees. Alright. Alright. Tres delinquentes instrumental. Let's see if I got this, alright? Let's see if I got this. Let's see. Interesting. Alright. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. This one goes out to all my Cuban friends in the chat, cause it sounds a little bit Cuban. Yeah. We're trading Bitcoin and we're singing the song. Just added $100,000 to my long as we're pumping the blue candles. Price starts to pump. Hopefully the price only starts to go up. But if we come to 63, then we look out for a CD. Talking about the chicken freaking waller. Shout out to your mother and your father as we're walking here, looking at the card. Jason Casper got a party in his heart. Cause we're looking to take the booty, if you know what I mean. Looking juicy. Talking about uneven cheeks. As we take a look at market Cipher B, then we come over to the chart, take a peek, and we make market Cipher big. What do we see? Got the money flow coming nice and up. Got the blue velvet in the cup. Then we got El Punto Verde, El Punto Rojo. The price looking like she wants to take a show. Oh, coming back down, got the wrong coin, so we come over here. Hope I'm not too annoying. Check a look. Equitable, BTC, USD, perpetual on ByBit. Yeah, then we're coming to the highs. If we break out, then the price gonna fly 63.1. That's in the sky to the next resistance. Then we start to fly. Yeah, hopefully if we reject, we don't die. Keep on pumping straight into the sky. Blue candles looking like a cherry pie as we come back down red on the fly. But the candles turning purple. The Bitcoin price got me running in circles to the POC. Then up to the Urkel, making me got some gas. I got a bird, yo. Then we come to the value area high, value area low. Then we look to the sky, to the right, to the left. What's been we're gonna do next? You know, let's back up to all of our old tricks. Yeah, 62's up there. We got that ability, got that hit it, that bad. Now I'm just speaking gibberish, cause the chart is so scary. It makes me feel quiverish. Got the eyes popping out. Bitcoin smiles turning into a pout as we're walking on the treadmill every single day. Sitting at the charts, we're trying to get paid. Waiting for the chickens to drink their water. Shout out to you, my brother, as we're coming over here, my dear. Sit back, relax as I spit it in your ear. We got the chickens coming out. With the three musketeers looking for their luck. Yeah, coming to the next level. Bitcoin got the pump straight up to the next level. Got the support breezes Then we come back into the chat. Who we got in here? Take a look at that. Rich HH. Breathe the language is a Mexican-American group. CIA, baby. California, you know what I mean. East to West Coast ends up looking so green. Knockstar says pure entertainment. He love it. Hopefully it doesn't cause pain, man. Yeah. Jason Lamar. Odom is backing his token on the car. Can you check it out on Sol? Yeah. Bitcoin in the hole. All right. That's all I got. That's all I got, guys. Thank you so much for that that beat. And Rich and HH, he says it's a Mexican-American group from California. Cool, man. All right, cool. Cool. Welp, looks like that is pumping Bitcoin. Looks like it was a good idea to add $100,000 to our long. All right. It was a good idea to add 100K to our long. Let's see if we can't take out this next level at 62,302. But really, I've got my next take profit at 63K. That's the next big level of resistance on the chart. All right. 63.2 will come, says DP. Well, I hope so, man. I hope so. I really do. I truly, truly do. Well, right now, what we're waiting for is the CDW, all right? The CDW, the chickens drinking water pattern that we have right up here, okay? Where we basically come up for a liquidity grab and then drop it back down. And the reason why it's called a chickens drinking water is because, well, it looks like the way a chicken drinks water. If you guys ever seen a chicken drink water, which I'm sure you have, because, well, I mean, who hasn't ever seen a chicken drink water? The chicken takes her beak and she puts it into the water, and then she lifts her beak out of the water and laps it up, kind of like this. Let me show you. The chicken, she takes her beak right here, and she puts it into the water. See right now, the chicken's beak is in the water, and watch, she's going to lap it up like this. Nom, 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 nom. Right? Let's watch this one here. This is my favorite one. Right here, watch. She puts the beak into the water. Boom, all right? You think the chicken's going to drown, right? But she takes it, right? And so that's exactly what we're waiting for right here. Potentially, a chicken's drinking water pattern, where the price just comes up, chicken takes her beak into the water, and then... But if she doesn't do that, then we're going to come up to the next level. So we need to be very careful as we're waiting to short this, because we don't want to end up like a chicken who's, you know, I don't know, getting ready to be fried. Like, I had a chicken once who was waiting to drink water and was basically waiting for the level, and they weren't waiting for their confirmations, no kind of bearish divergence, no kind of decrease in OI. They just set a limit order at the level no matter what. They're like, I'm going to set a limit order at this level no matter what. And you don't want to do that, guys. All right, setting limit orders for a CDW is like this, all right? You don't want to be that chicken. You want to make sure that you're waiting for confirmations, and then you mark it in when you see the proper confirms, all right? Let's get some music back on here. Here we go. All right. Well, you know what, guys? I think I'm going to head out. It's been an hour and a half stream. I'm pretty tired today, so I'm going to head out. But God bless everybody in Jesus' name. Even if you're not religious, may the Lord bless you. May He bless your family. And may you have a great weekend. Take some time for yourself, for the fam. And I will see you guys next week. Peace.